shining bright, truth and guidance for your life. Yeah, when your heart meets the light, your soul comes alive. It's time to rise. It's just the sound of your heart in tune. Pearl's voice like a rising moon. Ooh, shining divine.
Welcome to the Pearl Hale Show. We're excited tonight. I have a dynamic guest with me. I have none other than the one, the only. She's a vocalist, storyteller, comedian. I want you to show some love for Shannon Wright. How are you, lady?
I'm great. How are you, Pearl?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I am super excited to talk to you. You've got a lot of things going on. Listen, you're watching the Pearl Hale Show, Transformational Speaks, and we have such a transformative guest tonight. And we're super stoked, super excited. And we're going to tell you a little bit about my guest tonight. This Chicago-based multidisciplinary artist sparks in every way her radiant love and light brings a warm, effervescent presence to the stage. She's a great performer, y'all. Her seasoned vocals effortlessly blends a gospel vibe from her Southern North Carolina roots with a soulful style of jazz and R&B. She emanates with heartfelt emotional nuance and sultry tones and neo soul flow. Known for her impeccable style, showmanship, and powerful performances. Y'all, that means if y'all haven't seen this woman perform, you need to get a glimpse of her performance. I want you to show some love for none other than my guest tonight, Shannon Wright.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great, Pearl. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm super excited to have you.
I am too.
You've done a lot. You are doing your comedic debut. And for those of you who have not heard this lady, she is multi talented. And we are going to just give you a glimpse of some of the things that you're going to see. Watch this trailer.
Go toward her, and just as I hit the edge of the cafeteria, the smell of cinnamon rolls nearly derailed me from the fight of my life. Maybe told me not to come home. When I got to the doors, I took a deep breath, and I threw them open, and I came in like a wrecking ball. Eyes are angry, his brow furrowed, his fists are clenched, his teeth are clenched, and he is locked and loaded, headed straight for me. That's when she walked over. Excuse me, young lady. You did a very beautiful job with that man a moment ago. You exhibited some very, very good skills. What you did was you interrupted his emotions. You know what you did, kiddo, is you hit him in the amygdala. You hit him in the amygdala, that's what you did, kiddo. I spend my days, poured my life without measure into a little treasure box I thought I'd find.
I know the story of your life through winter storms and summer skies.
Welcome back to the Pearl Hale Show. You just got a glimpse of this lady and all she's doing. Shannon, I'm super excited. And for those of you who are watching, you want to support this dynamic comedian. She's going to have you cracking up this Friday. I am going to put the link in the chat to her show this Friday. And for this month, you want to check it out and be a support to her. For all of you who are watching, thanks for watching. You're
Thank
watching
you.
the Pearl Hale Show, Transformational Speaks, and we got a transformative lady, y'all, on tonight. Thank you all for watching, and please click on the link in the chat so you can purchase a ticket to her show. It's going to be this weekend and throughout the month. And I want to start off with I'm so excited to talk to you because we've had some great conversation. You have performed all around the world. And what were some transformative moments that you have experienced abroad?
I can think of two. One of them I was with, well, thank you for that question, Pearl. I
Yes.
appreciate that. I can think of two. I was traveling with my husband and we were in Jordan for a wedding, and the host was having a special celebration at their home at the Dead Sea. And of course, when my husband introduces me and he's telling them about me, often people will ask for me to sing something. We're at this special dinner by the Dead Sea, and we're in Jordan, where before we went there, several people were trying to tell me, oh, they don't like Americans and all this. And I'm thinking, well, have you ever been there? First of all. Secondly, after asking me to sing a song and hearing a little bit about my background and different things, they actually asked me to sing Amazing Grace, a Christian song at the Dead Sea, which was very special in and of itself. But the fact that I got a chance to discover that there were many, many Christians that are in Jordan. Of course, that's where Jesus walked and everything. So it was just really special to, in that evening by the Dead Sea, really sing Amazing Grace to people who really appreciated it and wanted to hear that song in particular, which is such a universal song, by the way. I get a lot of requests for that song when people find out I'm a Christian and want to know, will you do Amazing Grace? So, of course, I obliged, and it was a very special moment for me to be by the Dead Sea singing that. The second time we were in Singapore, and it was just really funny. I had met this band, and they were performing that weekend where we were staying, and they found out that I'm a singer as well. And we went out that evening, and on our way back in, they were still performing. They see me in the lobby. They motion for me to come on in, come on in. As I'm walking in the room, they're announcing me as if I'm a part of their band. And I thought, oh, no, no, I don't want to go on stage right now. I mean, I'm just, we're wrapping everything up for the evening. So I go ahead and oblige. I get on stage with them. We perform. We did a amazing job. And at the end, one of the gentlemen got up from the audience, came over, and he said, I'm in the Lion King, and this is our last day here in Singapore, and I want you guys to come as my guests tomorrow. So my husband, his business partner, me, all of us went to the Lion King the next day. And really, the truth is, people love music. People connect to music. People appreciate when you oblige also, especially they knew I'm a singer and they really wanted to hear me sing. And being ready in the moment, just to be I am spontaneous, and I would say that I am best at improv because it's authentic. It's in the moment. You'll never see it again. It wasn't rehearsed. So a lot of reputation on the line when we do that, but I love it. I love when it goes well like that. So that's one example. Two examples rather.
Well, that's great. And also, too, that's your gift. Sometimes people are better at improv, and that's something that is your gift. So you can do it on the spot. Maybe someone else can't, but you're definitely gifted. I want to start us off with a quote from one of my favorite poet laureates, because we're talking about laugh your way up, laugh your way up. Sometimes we have to see our challenges or see some things in another light and sometimes just laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
Maya Angelou has this quote. I love it. Uh, just as hope rings through laughter, it can also shine through tears. You know, a lot of times, Shannon, there's so much that we go through in this life. And sometimes the human being is the only mammal that can laugh and cry at the same time, which is very
Mm-hmm.
interesting. We have times of laughter and times of tears. You are choosing to use your gift in this season to make room for you to make somebody be happy through their pain, which
Yes.
brings me to my next question. Tell us about laughing through some of your pain caused you to create your comedy show.
That's great. That's a great point as well. Well, sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying, which one of the things on my list when I was praying to get married was that my husband would have a great sense of humor, and he does. And through the challenging times when life is lifing, to be able to laugh to the point where we're falling over and we have the doubled over kind of laughter where your stomach's jerking and you're just like, you know, and somehow it makes it all better when you're going through challenging times. Life is lifing. I've seen my husband through cancer. He's seen me
Wow.
through a scare in last March that was a kind of fluky. And through it all, I would say we have been able to laugh. And that really endears him to me because when you're married to someone who you have fun with and who is your best friend, you do feel that you can weather anything, right? And because the
Yes.
world is in such uncertain times right now and people are hurting, and I just think this is the time more than any to come forward. It's not only about sharing my testimony, but it is that it takes a lot for me to hold my head up. And
Wow.
I don't look like what I've been through. And when you're a strong person, because I see myself as a person of strong faith, people have a lot of assumptions if they don't know you, right?
Right.
So come a little close and we get to sit down. It's deep waters. It's not shallow conversation. You certainly would find out that life is lifing and life has lifed. But what has made the difference is being able to keep perspective and to find the funny or the humor in situations. And now when we look back over certain things we've come through, and we just reminisce, then we get to laugh all over again because it's really hilarious when you really think about when life is lifing. Sometimes it's layered, and it's like you're just like,
Yes.
really, really,
Yeah.
okay. I couldn't make it up if I tried. When I tell my testimony and I start talking about things, I couldn't make it up if I tried. But I recognize that when there's something you're meant to do in life, you are going to face trials of many kind because you have to be tested to be ready for whatever
Wow.
role or your mandate is in life. So I welcome it, and I'm grateful that I have a great childlike spirit where I love to laugh. And the people who are closest to me know, like, well, road trips, moments, in our home together. My sons will have guests over, and if they happen to go by the room, they're like, "Man, your parents are cracking up in there. Are they watching a movie or something?" My kids are like, they're like that all the time. They're always cutting up. So, but just to appreciate the little things in life and to find the funny, find the humor, so that you can observe without absorbing.
Mm.
Yes, I'm gonna say I got that from my youngest son. He said, "Mom, I'm in a state of just observing. I'm not absorbing this." It's like, well, dang, I'm gonna use that. Okay, yeah. So that's what it's all about. It's really keeping yourself just so that you can compartmentalize things and have a moment to breathe and laugh, and then you can figure out what you're gonna do about that in the morning. You know. So.
Wow, that's great. You know, which brings me to my next question. I said on a previous show that you have to sense whose destiny you're tied to, but not Um, it's more to it than that.
Mhm.
But part of getting along in life, and part of being able to survive a lot of things is having a partner who gets you, having the right relationships in your life, be it marriage, be it people that you know that get you and can connect with your spirit and can connect with the destiny and the assignment that God has given to you. Which brings me to my next question. Now, you have been married for over 30 years.
31.
31, right? Tell us how important it is to be aligned on purpose with the
Ooh,
right partner.
ooh, yes. Wow. It is totally essential. A decision who you're going to be partnered up with for the rest of your life can make or break you. Can make or break you. I have to say that. Kelly is the man behind the woman in that respect. According to the scriptures, your husband is supposed to present you radiant, right? He's love you and to the point where you're radiant. And of course, we love and respect our husbands, and I have to say that having a husband who gets me, as you said earlier, who lets me be me, because I've been like this since I was 5. I can't change. He gets me. He lets me be me. He does. He is so supportive. But deeper than that, when we have had those moments where life was lifing, if I want to roll off the table because a moment is really getting to me, he brings me back to center. He's always temperate to the point where I'm baffled by that because I come from a very lively family that if we could argue in here, we would, but it's just not going to go anywhere. He's just one of those people that's I'm not going to argue about anything. We'll talk about it. We'll pick it up later. Always when cool heads prevail. But having chosen well and someone who loves God and can keep me centered and bring me back to center if I just am upset about something, and then vice versa. I've held his arms up as well. We've held each other's arms up. Life has been uh, amazing at times, and we have seen the birth of our children. And the first one was 50-50 chance of survival. That was real that night. But just this having someone who's steadfast right there with you,
Yeah.
and you are on the same playing together. You are unified. You are one. We are one, literally. I can finish his sentences and vice versa. But just the greater thing is just that he's the one that I didn't have a doubt about, that he would be the one that would be loyal, faithful, and to have a peaceful home means the world. Then I can create, then I can be me, then I can go do, and like you said, keep that sense of humor. And yeah, so I think it's essential to be connected to someone who gets you to choose well, and
And who
um
can make you laugh.
and who can make you laugh. And he makes me he's very cerebral with his humor though. He'll be funny in the moment, but then later on you think about what he said and there's another layer to the humor of it. He's and he knows something about everything. So you just like he can find the funny in anything and very quickly. So I feel that I've honed some of my skills in my own home with him too, because he's super funny and I appreciate that so much. It's wonderful when someone can make you laugh through tears and make you
Wow.
feel better. So
Wow, that is awesome. Don't touch that dial. We're going to be back with more with my girl, Shannon Wright. And we're talking about laughing your way up. And I want you to be a support tonight to us, to the Pearl Hale Show, Transformational Speaks, so we can keep bringing transformational conversations, so we can keep giving you good programs. I want you to purchase a copy of my book, Bruised to Be Used. And don't forget to support this sister. And I'm going to put her link in the chat. We're going to be back in a moment with more. We'll be back, y'all.
Discover healing, purpose, and transformation with Pearl Hale's book, Bruised, to be Used. You were meant to stay bruised. You were meant to be used. Purchase your copy today.
Thank you for watching. You can click on the QR code and purchase a copy of my book. Also, we want you to support this dynamic lady. I am going to post the link in the chat to her show. She's such an inspiration, but not through pain, through all the pain she's been through, and through all the pain that some of you've gone through. We've had to learn how to laugh. We've
Yes.
had to learn how to come up. And she has done this dynamic. She's very funny, and she has a lot of different impressions she do.
That's absolutely correct.
And
Say
so
it,
we
love.
always have a lot of fun talking.
Absolutely.
And
Always the bee's knees.
yes, ma'am. And I want you to get you some fun laughter this Friday. The link is in the chat. She is going to be throwing down with her comedy show. She's a vocalist who's been all around the world, and you see, this sister is fly, okay? And I just love her energy, her excitement. And we're talking about laugh your way up. That's right. Tell us about your YouTube channel and what are some things that you talk about?
Okay. Well, I have two YouTube channels. One that I have been working to develop more has been through I Am Shannon Wright on YouTube, through Air to Breathe, which is my podcast. That's HEIR to breathe. And I took the 8-figure podcast training, and and it was my attempt to overcome, well, in public speaking, I had to overcome the fear, or overcome glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking. I don't know what you call it when it's the fear of speaking on YouTube, where you're just talking to your screen and hoping someone's looking or understanding what you're saying, what you're sharing. So I decided to just face it head on and take a podcast training course. And I started Air to Breathe, and I think there are 22 episodes or 23 episodes now. Thus far, I'm really speaking about the Bible, sharing my faith, sharing the word with people who may not understand how the Bible is so practical and they can apply it to their lives. Uh, my goal was to do more comedy and different things on the channel, but I'm just really finding my way with how I want to use that. But then I also have Love Shannon XO, and I believe I'll just keep the comedy over there. So it's still in development, and really it's pushing myself to show up on camera, to share, to make it consistent, and that's, I'm working on the consistency part. But so Love Shannon XO is actually going to be my live shows. My one woman show is found there, and I will be doing different scenes and skits, which I started before the pandemic. Then I had the interruption of going over the road and pivoting during the pandemic. So this is the pivot back. And I'm picking up a lot of these projects where I left off. I'm now recovering from the pandemic. Most people, already have done that. I was driving over the road for almost 3 years. So I've retired from that. And now I'm finishing my projects and picking back up where I left off. So
Wow, that is awesome. And we have some comments about the importance of the right support, the right partner. So those of you who wondering what's the glue behind this woman who's been married for over 31 years, right partnership. Sometimes it's best to, I heard a couple say that I'd rather be happy and single than married and miserable. And I think that in this season of laughter and finding your way through, that importance of having the right support doesn't mean that we never have problems or issues, but I think that you explained it well. where you have somebody who got you, who's in your corner and you're in their corner.
Right.
And it's so important when you go through pain that you have somebody who can laugh at something. And that helps you laugh your way up. And for those of you who are watching, you're watching the Pearl Hale Show, Transformational Speaks. God is always in the transformation, shift and change and transformation. Don't fight it. In
Mhm.
this season, we're talking to people who are transformative, and nobody can be more transformative than my girl, Shannon Wright, who is very transformative, and she will not let anybody box her up in a box.
Oh no.
That's what I love about her. Which brings me to my next question. What I like about you is that you have not let anyone put you in a one dimensional box. Tell us how you've managed not to let people just put you in a pigeonhole. Because, a lot of times people say, want you to just be one thing. But you have been multi, like, for example, I'm in ministry, but I'm also a producer. I produce shows as well. I
Mhm.
produce a podcast, so how did you manage to not let anybody box you up?
They could try. I mean, anyway, no, there is no box. I don't. I don't even approach life that way. I I believe God gave me different talents and gifts, and when you look at the parable of the talents, for example, He gave one talent, one five, 1 10, and someone who manages maybe one talent because they believe putting your attention in one area, focusing your attention, becoming the expert is the way to go. And that's great if that's their lane or their gift. But I believe God gave me multiple talents, but He also expects me to be responsible to those gifts. And there's an expectation to invest them, to utilize them, or they could be taken away. That's the way I look at it. And I recently was studying something that talked about people who focus on one thing and maybe drill a hole, drill deep, drill down
Mhm.
really deep, take the 10,000 swings at the golf course so they can win the golf game, or focus in real estate and that's your lane, that's great, but someone who has a multi-dimensional mindset is, I learned, is something called an M structure. M is in Mary, M
Mm.
structure. I have multiple streams and lanes that I participate in, and it's seasonal. Maybe I'm working on this because of this time of year, or this thing on this time of year, but I'm always doing something every day. But it's really an obligation to my gifts and my responsibilities, right? But I also love that when challenges do come, you can be multidimensional and pivot easily or be resilient or adaptable. And I believe that's how God made me, right? During the pandemic, it was like, well, I used to drive a school bus in high school. And when you need to be an essential worker, well, let me figure out what I could do. And I heard semi truck, and I was like, wait, no, God, something else. I didn't hear that right. No, semi truck. If you do 10 years, you can do 18. So just be versatile, be willing to adjust, pivot. And so I believe also the skills of being willing to take risks, soft skills, being great with people, different things that I've been able to uh, work with over time. I believe that that has helped me participate in all different kinds of arts, and I enjoy it. I feel that it's a way to express myself, and it's a way to create beauty for other people, whether it's through music or poems I write and different things that I will eventually release. But I do believe that our gifts are for others. It's not just for ourselves, right? Even this even the one woman show, or this attempt to push myself beyond the limits and pivot altogether to do something completely different, but it's still in the arts. I'm still an artist. And the goal is obviously to use humor to also help heal people and encourage people. And when I began telling my story, I think being able to add some humor to it helps it be told with resilience so that people can hear that thing that happened to you, but then also see that you're okay when you're telling that story, right? It's important for me to hone all the aspects of my gifts, so to speak. But yeah, there's no box. I couldn't imagine myself just doing one thing. I don't even know how to think of just one thing. And for me, it's even controlling myself to, write this down so I can come back to it. But I got to focus on this right now. And I do believe that setting alarms, uh, writing a lot of notes and things like that help me manage. But I'm sure to somebody else, it may look like you're being scattered, but to someone who has different aspects and multifaceted, as you said, and as other people have described me as an
Mhm.
artist, they would see that I'm very intentional and I have a lot of order about the things that I am doing. It just may not look like it to other people. And you just have to not care. Right?
You
Um,
just have to get to a
people
point where you don't care, even
no.
if someone's trying to box you up.
Or
That's their
criticizing.
issue. Right.
Or
That's their,
criticizing. Right.
yes, that's
Sorry.
their issue, not yours.
Right. Well, I think someone who believes that you need to pick one thing and stay focused because your energy can go here or there. I am the one thing, so to speak. I am an artiste. I'm an artist who's multi dimensional in the arts, in different
Mhm.
aspects of the arts, whether it's design and so I'm in my lane. And I think sometimes people want to box you in because they want you to be in the box that they've created for you, where they believe you're supposed to reside, conduct yourself, stay in this lane, or maybe believe that you're not worthy to be in this particular lane, or you're scattered and they think they're helping you. Sometimes people really do think they're helping you, say you just need to pick one thing. And so, but maybe you don't. Maybe I don't need to pick one thing. I just need to be okay with it's going to take a little longer because I'm working seasonally, right?
Mhm.
So, hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
All
Um,
right, love. I just love it. Thank you.
yeah, and also too, what happens is that sometimes uh people put what they would do on someone else. And so if their life calls for more structure, or they're good at only a few things or one thing, they can bring you into their box when
Right.
everybody is unique.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes people judge you by their limitations. They want you to believe it's true of you. Or sometimes, like I said, sometimes people just think they're helping and they think, look at, bless her heart, she's over here singing. Now, wait, she's going to be what? A comedian? I've never seen her do anything funny online. How's she gonna be a comedian? Don't worry, baby. It's okay. I'm having fun. I've trained in pivot in improv and been on stage a couple years with Jam Sandwich at Second City. This is something I absolutely love doing, and I was doing it when nobody really even knew or was looking. It was just my way to uh, find joy, express myself, and continue growing. I'm grateful for Piven because they gave me a wonderful place for my children to have the arts. As a homeschooler, that was how I gave my children the arts. And I thought, well, they're having so much fun here. I'm going to get involved as well. And I found that it's really a part of my joy to do improv and to do voice characters and cut up in comedy improv. So yes.
Wow, you are a wealth of joy, wealth of knowledge. And those of you, she's going to be kicking it in the house with her debut tomorrow night. And her comedy debut, and you just saw a glimpse of some of the things she can do. And for those of you who are watching tonight, I want you to support this sister. Um, you've got some great comments. Um, you've got some great comments. People are watching, they love you.
Thank
And
you.
we want you to support her. Yes, I'm loving your comments. Yes, that's right. We have to learn how to love. We got
Yes.
to learn how to laugh even in the trying times.
Right.
You got to laugh your way up, because what the enemy meant for evil, When you can laugh about it, when you can pivot about it, it works out for your good.
Right.
And so sometimes we discover our gifts when we do have challenges. And
Mhm.
we're going to go to our last segment. And I want you to uh, join me in supporting this sister. I'm loving y'all comments. And we thank you so much for watching. And I'm putting her link in the chat to her show. If you can't make it, just support her. She's full of light, full of love. And I tell you, she'd give the shirt off her back to help somebody as well.
Probably have.
And
Oh,
we want you to join us, and we thank you so much for all of your comments. And um, someone put the parable of the talent. So many people walk in their authenticity and thrive in multiple lanes. I've heard it said, I'm not this or that. I'm this and that. Thank
right.
you so much, Tanya, for your comments, and many of you for your comments on tonight.
Yeah.
You're watching the Pearl Hale Show, Transformational Speaks. God is in shift, change, and transformation. And I come to bring you a transformative guest who is going to help y'all through this show laugh your way up with her debut comedy show on Friday and throughout this month. She has a lot going on, and we're so proud of her. And Shannon, to our last comment for tonight, and I put the link in the chat to her show. Also, we want you to support our shows. We're here to bring you these great programs to help you heal in this season. I also want you to support my book. I will put the QR code up at the end as well, but I want you to go in there in the link. Shannon, I want you to take a few minutes in this last segment to inspire our viewers, inspire them, give them some words to think about.
You know, they say laughter is the best medicine. I say laughter is the best medicine, and music is the elixir for the soul. And one of the things that I was doing during the pandemic was going into different corporations and speaking to the people that were quarantined and different things.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the special moments was that there were people here from a different country who were
Mm-hmm.
not able to see anybody that they even knew at work, that were quarantined for that year. And I was hired for it was called Open Text, and I had an opportunity to speak to the people there and tell some jokes with my voice characters and share how I was coping during the pandemic and different things, and laughing with them. And again, the executive Layla said, well, will you sing Amazing Grace? So I sung Amazing Grace, and here these people were weeping on the screen because
Mm-hmm.
they needed to release. So just like laughter is the best medicine, and we're able to laugh and feel merriment inside, our souls need attention as well. Sometimes we need to cry as well. And so there was that opportunity for them to let down and to cry and actually feel something in the moment together as a group, and we're better together. So what I want to do through this comedy improv show is to bring people out of the house. I know we're not quarantined like we were during the pandemic and things like that, but a lot of us are isolated around people who are either like us or think like us. So there's no room for a paradigm shift, or we're on our phones incessantly. So you're alone and you're in your phone. You're not connecting with people. When was the last time you were hugged? When was the last time you truly laughed? When was the last time you really genuinely cried because something moved you? I'm looking to have moments and experiences. And as I share my story, and as I shared my one woman show, there were women who were crying in the audience and who came up to me and shared their story in the moment, things they'd never told anyone. They told me in this moment behind my show. But it took, getting out and being in an audience and seeing that there were other people like them and connecting and fellowshipping. We need more of that, right? So what I want to say in closing is really find your tribe of people who like you. And if you don't feel you're growing and everybody thinks alike, I saw this quote this week. It's so true. If everybody thinks alike, somebody's not thinking, right? So we need to be around multiple cultures, learning about other people, giving. I really feel we would be in a better position in this country, in the world right now, if we were more like that. And after driving over this country and to near every state, what I have seen is that people want to get along, people want to connect, right? So that's the purpose of this show, is to bring people out of the house to connect, to share a great meal, to laugh, to not take themselves so seriously. And I will be guiding some of the wonderful experiences that we have. And the agreement that's there is to just come and be prepared to laugh and enjoy yourself and meet someone new. So that's what this is about. And I hope that by coming to my show, people leave feeling a little bit better about what they can accomplish, and especially hearing a little bit about my life and the things of late that I've overcome, you know. So this time, well, March of last year, I had a near death experience,
Wow.
and I had the opportunity to see that had that been it, I was at peace. Like they were whispering in the emergency room, this woman is so calm. Like, couldn't believe how calm I was. Why? God was in control. I don't need to be fretting about anything, right? He's in control. So I want to help other people be at that place too. It's something that I felt really grateful to experience, because to see that I still have life and more work to do, and just more things to accomplish, I definitely feel God will use me to help others, you know, find their light, push past, be at peace with their own lives, and making sure that they're living up to their potential, what they've already attained. That's all any of us wants to do, is be successful at what we love doing. And so I hope that my story inspires others, as I'm a co-author in a book called I Am Limitless. And I share about, people, challenges, things that I've had happen to me where they said I would never get here or there. And I say, watch me, because as long as there is life in me and I have the dirt under my feet, I will keep moving, keep advancing, keep working toward accomplishing whatever I'm meant to accomplish in this world before I do pass on. So that's what I hope to inspire other people to do, is to live up to your fullest potential, your highest potential. And
Wow.
when it's your time to go, you are at peace that you've left some things here. You didn't take it with you, right? So thank you.
Wow. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to give a big shout out to all of those who are watching. Uh, Dalton Anderson, he is a big radio announcer. He works with a lot of audience. He works with a lot of artists. Shout out, Dalton, for watching on tonight. Also, we thank you so much for all of you who are making comments. Nick, thank you so much. Yes, we've lost the art of meeting new people and
Yes.
being outside of our
Yes.
bubble. COVID took away that from us. Yes, so thank you for your comments. Now, I am not letting you get off this show without blessing us with a little of those vocals, but don't touch that dial. When we come back, she's getting those vocals ready to give us a little soul groove inspiration through that voice before she leaves. Don't touch that dial. We're going to be back in a moment with more.
Your best. So I'm asking you, I'm demanding from you, whatever it is in your life, Give it your best. Not for me, not for a teacher, not for moms, not for you. Like, what you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Your best. Grind. Go all the way to graduation and be like, all right, that's one step. I'm up to the next. College, boom, I'm up to the next. Master's, boom, I'm up to the next. PhD, I'm up to the next. Anybody want to go to med school? Yeah, save my life, baby. Thank you. I want a doctor. Thank you. Your best. What does your best look like? And we haven't been able to answer that question. None of you, I would bet, can answer the question. Because we haven't asked ourselves that. We haven't given ourselves that opportunity to.
Discover healing, purpose, and transformation with Pearl Hale's book, Bruised, to be used. You were meant to stay bruised. You were meant to be used. Purchase your copy today.
We're back. We're chatting it up with our songstress, Shannon Wright. And I want you to give them some love as we go to our last segment here. I want them to hear those vocals.
Okay, I immediately was thinking about His Eyes on the Sparrow because number one, it has to be a cappella. But number two, you just mentioned that a lot of people are in their bubbles and they're not coming out and all those different things. And it's important to really take the song in for these reasons. A sparrow was sold for just 2 copper coins, just negligible pennies, right? But God knows each one of them that hit the ground.
Wow.
And if sparrows are that important to God, how much more so are you? How much more so are we to him? So I'm going to do a little bit of His Eyes on the Sparrow. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. So why should we feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches. I know he watches. I know God watches. I know he watches me.
Oh my goodness, look at those vocals. I feel my help coming way down.
Come on now, sing it, Pearl. Do it, do it, do it.
Wow, you've blessed us. Thank you, all
You're
of you who are
welcome.
watching. I mean, you on fire, and you sure help someone laugh their way up. And as I stated, you want to go support this sister, even if you can't make it. Consider supporting her. I am going to put the link in the chat. The link in the chat. Be a blessing to her. I'm putting the link in the chat. Okay, and go there and support her. And I want to leave you with this last quote. Thank you so much, Shannon, for joining us. Thank all of you for being a blessing and being on the line with us tonight. I'm going
Yes.
to leave you with two quotes. One is from one of my favorite girls, Maya Angelou.
Yes.
If you don't like something, you saw a need for people to be more happy. So Maya says, if you don't like something, change it. Sometimes we can't change it. So, but if you can't change it, change your attitude.
Mm.
The last quote I'm going to leave you with, some of you been messed up with your past. You've been thinking too much about that thing, about that mistake you made. But God comes to you in this season to tell you, forget about your past failures, because whatever he has before you is greater and better than what you left behind.
Behind, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Shannon Wright, my guest tonight. Chat it up. Give her a hand clap for being with us
Thank
tonight.
you.
I'm your host, Pearl Hale. I'm a transformational life coach. God is always doing something through shift, change, and transformation. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. on the Pearl Hill Show Transformational Speaks. Thank you for chatting it up with us tonight. And good night and God bless. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Pearl.
Thank you, Shannon.
I'll be sure to answer some of those questions in the chat offline.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you all for watching the Pearl Hill Show. Thank you so much. Good night.
Discover healing, purpose, and transformation with Pearl Hale's book, Bruised, to be used. You were meant to stay bruised. You were meant to be used. Purchase your copy today.